What is up, you motherfuckers? That is a terrible intro.
In promotion of Gershon's new upcoming single, and the Grim Reaper, X attempted to review the 15th One Piece movie titled Red, a movie that takes place after episode 1030 of the One Piece anime. An anime which X has only seen 3 episodes of. To make matters worse, he gathered his friend and local One Piece expert, Thall Martinez, to ask questions during the watch-through in which every wrong answer would be penalized by taking a drink. X failed every single question. Now under a state of inebriation, he attempts to recall the movie he just watched, having almost no prior context and understanding. It is up to X to determine whether a filthy casual can approach modern One Piece with appreciation or utter dismay.
Alright guys, thanks for coming on here. As you know, our FaniMetal crossover show, FaniMetal 2024, is on May 25th. It's coming up real soon, so we're just checking in, seeing how you guys are preparing, see how you were doing. For instance, you know, I just printed these flyers out to hand out at the con and at like shows around the area.
Hell yeah, dude, those look nice, man.
You know, speaking of Fanime, my Bleach costume just came in the mail today.
Nice.
So I'm almost ready.
Yeah, so you still in the middle of Bleach?
Nope, not anymore. I finally caught up. In fact, lately I've actually been rewatching Naruto too, so I'm kind of caught up on all the big 3. Well, actually, other than One Piece, but you know, who's got time for that? Anyways, is there any other ideas for preparation?
Yeah. Watch One Piece.
Okay, very funny, Scotty. I mean, for FaniMetal, like, what should I do?
Nah, watch One Piece.
Scotty, I'm trying to be serious right now.
Oh, me too.
What about you, Leyland? Do you have any actual ideas?
I really think you should watch One Piece.
Come on, guys. That's like a year's worth of episodes. You really expect me to watch all that before...
Hey, get caught up in One Piece or I'm going to tell everyone you're a fucking dub watcher.
Are you... I mean, can I get at least a little bit of help? Like, you guys are caught up on it, right?
Hey, X, I think we're going through a tunnel.
No, our son of a bitch! What the hell am I supposed to do now?
Oh, initially, okay. The second episode was completely Bleach inspired. Because I was watching that anime and I caught it in like the middle of a... That's the best way to experience Bleach, by the way, is to just jump in on episode like 270. Because when you start from the beginning and it acclimates you to the bullshit, so that once it gets to the really crazy bullshit, you're like, hey, you know, makes sense, I guess. But when you just watch it, it's just like, I've defeated Captain 28! No! I'm Captain 35! Yes, I'm Captain 35, and my ability is I just put my hand in the ground and then it comes out with clouds. How will I ever defeat this? If I can remember the training my mother gave me.
Hey, Paul. I had this really funny idea for a YouTube video, but I might need your help. You down?
Hell yeah, I'm down.
We just went over the One Piece Red movie. I actually am impressed with how good this movie was, despite not knowing shit. But now, this is the part where I'm gonna tell you what happened. And you don't have to worry, Toei, because I cannot spoil shit if I'm fucking stupid. Right off the gate, we open up, we're in like a concert, right? We've been to one of those before. I mean, as musicians, I hope so.
Yeah.
But this is a special kind of concert. This is the kind of concert that has 0 security on stage. People can just waltz their asses on stage and there ain't nothing that's gonna stop them. I mean, other than apparently the fact that musicians have weapons in this world.
Yeah.
So yeah, the main girl, Yuta, she goes on there with like the power of music and fucking anime thighs. So some pirates are getting on there being like, yeah, I'm gonna take over this whole entire shindig. It's gonna be our operation from now on. Boom! You didn't know the main character had fucking thighs. Well, now you do, and now you're fucking dead. That's how it works.
Hey guys, this video is just meant to be taken as a joke.
None of our opinions on One Piece are accurately expressed in this video. We're not expert critics, we're just a bunch of bros, you know?
Do feel free to fact check me on any of this the moment I say something
It's all good so far.
Okay.
Well, okay. I guess to start, we should at least properly introduce our main character, Yuta. She's a popular idol singer who's hosting a concert on a remote island that has been announced worldwide. Fun fact, she's extra special for being the daughter of a particularly notorious pirate in the One Piece world.
Her daddy was Shanks, who, I don't know who the fuck that is, but Shanks is a big deal in the One Piece world.
Yeah, the guy that gave main character his iconic look.
Apparently the thing about it is that Luffy and Yuta knew each other under Shanks's mentorship as children, and they were pals. They rivaled and duked it out a lot. So yeah, we're on this island, music is happening all the time, it looks like a pretty good time, up until Yuta decides to challenge Luffy to some kind of eating challenge. She does this challenge and then asks Luffy to join her, like a fucking Sith Lord, if I might add. She basically says, I want this whole world to be created in my vision where everybody's happy and singing and la 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 Teletubbies all the time. Which is basically fucking like dictatorship 101 right there.
Yeah.
And at this point I'm already like, damn, she's talking like a villain. Is she the villain? And Paul didn't say shit.
Yeah.
He didn't say shit about that.
Why would she be a villain?
She actually does become the villain. Like, so basically she asks Luffy to join her. Luffy's like, I don't want to join you, I want to be king of the pirates. And then most normal girls at this point would be all like, yeah, okay, that's fair, I'm sorry, but you know, I'm gonna have to deal with that for a little bit. Even that would have been fine. But no, Yuta doesn't do that shit. She's all like, you said no? You don't fucking say no to Yuta. No, I'm motherfucking Yuta, bitch. So, does she A, accept the rejection and move on with her life? B, cry a river and make a good song about that and therefore make out how the way Taylor Swift did and making billions off of it? Or 3, does she go full yandere and imprison the entire audience and then fuck shit up? It's 3. She weaponizes her entire audience against this dude being like, oh, fucking pirates are pieces of shit. I hate their motherfucking asses.
This goes on
and
an entire
Luffy's all
Twitter
like,
rampage over
yeah,
it.
all over Twitter. Like, no, Luffy wasn't good enough. It's like, you've seen like people have their little fucking like Hollywood like MTV little like
meltdowns.
Relationship meltdowns on TV. This takes it a step beyond. We're like, now the entire audience is in on this and they're dealing with it. Now that I talk about this out loud, it's kind of like, is this how idol culture works? The moment someone like brings up their relationship into it, like the whole entire audience is like in on this, aren't they?
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
Yeah. From the very beginning, the movie starts off, it's a concert, right? But this is not just any kind of concert. This is a Jigglypuff concert, all right? Basically, the person sings, everyone's getting put to sleep. But not just any kind of sleep. The kind of sleep that puts them into an isekai world. Because everything's fucking isekai right now. Fuck your shit.
I mean, it's kind of like isekai. You could say it's like Sword Art Online. Everyone's unconscious body is still in the real world, but their minds are sent to a collective subconscious state rather than a video game world. Much like Sword Art Online, you could say Luffy didn't consent to being trapped in isekai land either.
Yeah, Luffy's all like, hey man, I was just trying to have a good time and vibe. You were the one fucking this shit up. And she's like, bullshit, get fucking sleeped on, bitch. This is actually a really clever idea, and I never thought about this before, but it's like, if you have an anime with ridiculous power scaling going on in it and a whole lot of fucking nonsense, you can just make a music video out of those powers. Nobody is gonna look at it and be all like, does she have the ability to just shift reality and like create these like pocket dimensions out of it? No, she has the power to make J-pop music videos out of her battles.
Yep, she's absolutely like an anime Freddy Krueger-chan. Once someone shares a dream state with Uta, she takes total control over their dream world. But of course, since her passion is singing, she pretty much molds the entire movie into a J-pop music video.
Yeah, at this point, this is when I realized this whole movie, it's not really just a movie. This whole entire movie was just to make an album. And that doesn't really kick in until you realize how much of the movie has gone by and you've just been hearing constant music after music after music. Why make a movie when you can also make an album at the same time?
You gotta sell.
Yeah.
Sell.
So to bring us to like where we are right now, Luffy goes to a concert. Yuta wants Luffy to join her forever. Luffy says no because he's busy being a pirate and she's busy being a singer. Yuta doesn't like hearing the word no because that is like the second time in her life she ever heard it. And so she decides to imprison everybody. That means Luffy has to get out of that situation. And I mean, I can't fucking blame him, dude. Like, get the fuck out of here when that shit happens.
Yeah.
Luffy is in the middle of trying to escape his toxic ex, basically. So, now that the audience is inceptioned into a sleep state that everybody is collectively sharing in, what do? They run immediately to Lurch's cabin. Lurch from Adam's Family in this movie. The guy who brought Yuta up since birth. The guy who thought, I'm gonna teach Yuta how to do her music and stuff. As if Lurch did not realize Yuta was born perfect. Alright, that's one thing this movie really wants you to know, is that Yuta was born talented. No singing lessons, no training whatsoever, just straight up at the womb. But even then, she still gets lessons, like, from Lurch, of all people.
He was just like,
Immediately, don't trust Lurch. He's got a ball sack for a face. That's always a bad sign. At this point, for whatever reason, this triggers the Metalocalypse Tribunal. They just suddenly get, like, privy to this, and they're like, we gotta do some shit about this. One Piece doesn't even take place in the same universe, and they're still fucking there. Dude, we gotta stop the Tribunal. We have got to band together and make sure they stop fucking our shit up.
Yeah, no,
I need that.
He needs that.
Where are we in the story? Right, I think some like Kirby's Dream Course happens. They like marble race down some shit. I don't know, some cartoon
barrier
stuff.
powers, little violet action.
Yeah, some kind of cartoon shit happens. In this point of the story, I believe the entire audience is asleep, and Luffy is too, but they're a little bit more aware of their situation and know how to control themselves in the dream state. At least thanks to the guy who can travel through universes through his fucking door ability, which is like the most broken ability. It's like, give up swimming to be able to teleport wherever the fuck you want to be.
Life has many doors.
Dude, yeah, life has many doors, Ed boy, he says as he infiltrates Area 51 in Nevada. I digress. Anyway, so they go in between the reality and the dream state during this movie. You're already thinking, wow, I was fucked up in thinking that Yuta was like this pretty awesome good girl who was friends with Luffy the whole time, because she's turning out to be a real bitch. But that's what the movie wants you to think in the beginning. As it turns out, the truth of the reality is that Yuta had a hard upbringing. You know, she had to say goodbye to daddy when she was much younger. So Yuta cannot handle the fact that Shanks she cannot handle the fact that Shanks' daddy decided to just up and leave her, and now she's like Jim Hawkins from Treasure Planet. I guess Yuta is redeemed because, she had a sad life. She had daddy issues, and, all she wanted to do was make people happy with the power of drugs. She wanted to fucking shroom the entire world into believing that the whole world was rainbows and unicorns. That is not how it fucking works, bitch! Sorry. I got emotional. Yeah, okay. At this point, I wrote down, the anime starts to anime, and now I'm lost. The power of friendship started to happen. Luffy tumor punches some dude in the face. Spider-Man 3 happens, where it's like straight up, as it turns out, your father's own glider was the one that stabbed him to death.
You are so fired. What? You've known that all this time. And you picked now to tell me?
So here's the thing. What I will say about this movie is that while I have not actually watched up to the point that this movie takes place or understand how the story works, I would still say it's enjoyable. Maybe not the best movie in the world, but hey, look, if you expect like fucking Citizen Kane watching this movie, just stop. I would say this movie being called One Piece Red, it's not about Yuta, because one half of her side is red. It's not about Shanks, who's 100% red on his face. It is about communism versus capitalism in this case. This is the freedom versus order argument. The argument always goes, do we want more freedom for our people or people to be living a peaceful, happy, tranquil life? That is the ideology that Yuta subscribes to. And she says that multiple times throughout the movie. I just want my music to make people happy, and I don't want anybody to ever have to question the darkness or the hardships of the world, because pirates have ravaged the land and everything is war-torn, under battle all the time. But Yuta just wants to sing and make people smile. But it comes at the cost of imprisoning people's freedom to do that. So that's order. Luffy thinks people should be able to seize their own success. And because of that, he fights adamantly against Yuta to make sure people have the power to choose their own destiny, whether or not they land where they wanted to or not. Because at the very end, at least they can say they gave it all they had. So what you're seeing here is a difference of ideologies from the very roots that is started up by Adrian Smith. And, okay, I need to fact check that.
Not Adrian Smith.
Oh, God. Adam Smith. I was close.
John Smith, last name.
So when you think about it, this whole movie is like the argument versus Adam Smith and Karl Marx. The idea that Adam Smith envisions a world where everybody has the freedom and the control to do whatever with their life that they can. And their This is a good movie. I give it a recommended 7 out of 10 for me.
Nice.
Now what?
I don't know. We got through dichotomy, polarization, all that good stuff. Cartoons, you know. What more else to say is there?
I don't know. I think that's kind of it for now. Was there anything else?
Oh, no, there's more. I have you know.
What?
So, important milestone. Sean, got 3 to 10,000 subs.
No,
you better
no,
subscribe.
what the?
You better comment. You better turn it off. Turn it off. You get a
So, you know what he reminds me of? The big guy in the middle. Do you remember watching Scooby-Doo, the Scooby-Doo movie? Mm-hmm. And there was like a disco head skull.
Oh my God. that's the Scooby-Doo disco ball.
That's the Scooby-Doo disco ball. That's what they made it after.